Hi guys, very good evening. I hope you guys are doing really well. So I am your host today, Ashish Kirk, the founder of SnapTech. Right. So let's wait for 2-3 more minutes so everyone can join, and then we will start with this session. Yeah, thanks guys for joining. So just give me go ahead, okay? If you guys can hear me properly, okay? Just send me a message in the chat window. Yeah, thank you, Shweta. Perfect. Thank you, Sudhi. I hope everyone can see me. Uh, all of you guys can see my screen also, right? Perfect, perfect. So let's wait for 2 more minutes, okay? So, and then we will start. Guys, can you send me a message from which city you joined? Just send a message with your city name, okay? To make this session more interactive. Surat, yeah, thank you, okay. Bhubaneswar, Lucknow, yeah, nice, nice. So this event gonna be very interesting for the founders or who are planning to launch their MVPs, okay, to build their new features, because we will gonna walk through how we can develop an MVP. It will be a step-by-step guide for founders. Perfect, perfect. So as I think we should start, right? Because now it's already 7:05, right? So now if I give you a brief about myself, I am the CEO of SnapTech. So today I will be your host and will give you a walkthrough like how we can turn an idea into a working applications. Okay, how to design it with a purpose, how to choose right tools, how to choose right technologies, and then how we can launch so that more and more users can use it more efficiently. And if I talk about our company, so we basically specialize in building a scalable, secure software solutions. So we are working majorly in the artificial intelligence, React.js, Python, Node, and cloud solutions. So from our recent experience, we are delivering solutions in the healthcare, e-commerce, sports industry, real estate, and many more. So we are certified from ISO 9001 and 27001. So we have a proven record to deliver more than 80 MVPs. So we have a large clientele across the world. Okay, so now if we talk about back to our topic, like why we need to discuss all these steps, okay, because everyone is aware how to develop. But from the last recent years, we find out the problem in the founders. They are not executing their plans properly. So that's the reason they fail to plan it properly and to launch. So from the starting, if we talk about first, every founder need to understand about the problem. So it means they should aware like what actually problem they are solving. They can check, they can take interviews with some real-time users. Okay, is this problem really exist, or the founder is the only one who is facing? So they need to check with a real-time audience. Okay, they need to analyze the existing data on various websites. So that's the simplest way to understand the problem very deeply. And while discussing or analyzing the problem, the founders need to understand the context, not the assumptions. Like if someone is saying that any particular use case or a product is very hard to use, so it doesn't mean like the users are don't want to use that product. So it means maybe that product has many steps or a confusing steps, okay, that the users are not able to understand properly. These CTA buttons are not mentioned properly. They are not the web journeys are not defined properly. So the founder should aware about the context, not the assumptions. And after understanding the assumptions, so we need to create proper web flows so that the user journeys will be improved, and it will also increase the onboarding processes. It will also engage users more and more with your application. Okay, so once we have understanding of the particular problem, then we should map the journey, like from where the users will start their journey and how they will achieve their goals. So this is like a proper journey. This is so these are coming before the wireframes, because everyone is assuming like, okay, we have an idea, then we need to create a wireframes, then we need to create a designs, and that way. But they miss this particular point, and this is very main point that we need to consider in our journey. Because if we don't have proper workflows in place, okay, the user journey will be incomplete, right? So once we have a user journey, then we need to align the team properly. Like in a team we need a product engineers, we need a designers, development team, marketing team. All these developers and resources, we need to shortlist based on our requirement and create a effective team. So now we have the idea, now we have the team, and now we need to plan it properly. It is something like we need, because once we are planning, okay, we have so many functionalities that we want to develop. But from there, we need to shortlist the mandatory functionalities that we must have from the day one. Okay, like authentication, okay, like a booking flow if we are developing any order management application, right? So there are two ways to differentiate, like must have features or nice to have features. Must have features are come on the mandatory filters, the mandatory features. The nice to have features that are just enhancing the functionalities. But yeah, the application can develop and run without these features. So we have to prioritize all our features, so that way we can plan. And after the planning, then we can come under designing phase. Okay, uh, we need to develop the wireframes based on our planning, and then we will come with the final designs on Figma, on Adobe. There are so many tools in the market. So once we have a designing in place, then we need to choose the right tools, right tech stack that we need to implement in our application. Okay, like in which technology we need to develop the front end, in which technology we need to develop the back end. Okay, so that way we need to finalize the filters, right? By finalize the technologies. Guys, can you hear me properly? Just give me a go ahead. Okay, yeah, thank you, question. Perfect, perfect. Perfect. So now, once we have the designs in place, once we have the technology in place, then we need to create a prototype. Okay, the prototype is something, it's like a basic model of your application. So we can say it's like a testing model. Okay, we need to send this model to the real-time users so that they can use, and we can also test our idea behind that application. Okay, and from this particular prototype, we can also take the feedback from the real-time user. This is like a version one of our application. Okay, so in which we introduce our idea to the real world. Okay, and they can accept it or reject it. Okay, we can change our future development based on their feedbacks, right? And uh, this is the major crucial part, that the prototype should include, like each and every feature that we are developing, we should have trust in that feature. Like if we are creating a login module, okay, if the login is doing by mobile OTP, okay, so it should be complete module. Okay, and we have a trust, it should be scalable, right? And we should not go for the multiple logins. Okay, like login with email, Facebook. Okay, we should stick with a simpler functionality, and we can rather enhance that. Okay, and once we have a prototype, we will test this prototype with the real time users, right? So after, when the real time users are testing it, we should check where these users are going back. Okay, there should be a proper analytics in the prototype, so we can analyze the user behavior, and based on that we can modify that with the time, right guys? So any question till now, if you guys are guys, if you can, if you guys have any question, okay, just send in the chat window. So I'm here to answer, right? Or at the end of the slide, I will answer all of the questions once, right? Perfect. So now once we have prototype in the real market. Okay, so the real users gonna test it. Okay, so there may be chances some flows will gonna break down. Okay, but we should learn from that failures. Okay, like if anything is not working properly, we should spend some time and fix it as soon as possible so that it will work for the other users. So this way our prototype can be converted into a full product. Okay, and while we are gathering all the information, so we should keep in mind, like we consider all the feedbacks that are coming from the users by prioritizing. Okay, if any issues are coming that are creating a blockers, okay, that should be fixed on a priority one. Okay, rather we are fixing the content issues. Okay, so we need to prioritize all the feedback and then we need to start working on that. There should be a proper matrices. Okay, there should be a proper analytics. Okay, in our application in the prototype, and the founder should wait after the prototype because they should aware about, okay, when they need to scale or when they need to stop. Because it's not about if particular functionality is working properly, then it doesn't mean like they need to scale it that point of time, because sometimes you have to just wait and watch so that the other users are also um, using the same features. Okay, and that feature should work properly for that particular number of users. And once it is achieved, okay, maybe in 2 weeks, in a month, 2 months, okay, then there come a time when you need to scale, right? And that's the once you find a way, okay, like how you can scale, then the next thing that you need to do, you need to create a proper documentation. Okay, because that is also a main criteria to create a proper documentation. And then you need to create scale your product with a time, and also try to figure out, okay, what features you can improve, okay, without overbuilding. Because uh, having a more features, okay, will not develop a better product. Okay, because if you have a limited features, okay, but and they are working properly, then it means your product is doing really well. And if you have so many features, okay, and from where some of the features are not working, okay, then it will create a blunder for you. Not today, but of course tomorrow. We saw so many examples. Okay, and then we limit all the MVPs to a particular functionalities, and nowadays, okay, they are doing really well. Okay, I have so many examples. If I give you one example of our own product, it's named Snap Health, okay, in which we develop a basic MVP. It's a appointment scheduling platform. So we started with the 10 to 12 functionalities, like a login module, okay, a full calendar where we are showing all the appointments, okay, the list of appointments, and they can create manual appointments. The patients can book their appointments, okay, and once these features are stable, we have more than 50 clients. Then we plan to add a payment methods and other functionalities. So this way we need to analyze the user behavior and then we need to add more functionalities. Right. And every prototype should have a proper ticket support system. Okay, you guys should have a proper feedback forms. Okay, so that you guys can listen to the real time user pain points and work on that based on your time. Okay, based on the priorities of issues. So this is these things come after the launch. Okay, and if I talk more advanced version, we can create a dashboards where we can see all the informations on a particular point. Okay, every particular prototype has admin side. Okay, so we can create dashboards, and based on that we can add more filters, the sortings. Okay, and we can analyze the data that we have. Okay, so and so this is the all about the prototype, and all the features that we are shortlisting will be directly combined to our business values, because every product will be monetized with the time, right? You can name any product. Okay, each and every product is gonna monetize. So all the features that we are developing should be around your business goals. So this way you can build a successful MVP and then a successful product. And try to avoid a build trap. You don't need to develop all the functionalities as soon as possible. Try to pause your breath. Okay, implement the functionalities that you have, improve it, okay, create proper documentations, because if you have a big products, okay, you have a proper documentation. So this is a basic exercise, you need to create documentations from the day one, right? So these are all about the prototypes, okay, how we can create a prototype, and once we have a successful prototype, then every founder should go for a real-time products, okay, the full-fledged products. So while planning for full-fledged, we should consider like what was the user behavior, okay. So we should analyze the data, okay, that how users are behaving with the current functionalities. If any particular functionality is not working properly or users are not using it, we need to improve that or we need to remove that. There is no point to having that functionalities where users are not gonna use it. And so these are all points. We have expert teams where we are giving you a best consultation in which we can define your processes, define your functionalities based on the use cases. Like, so this way we can develop this MVP and you guys will have your MVP in the next 2 3 months. So this is our main planning. So how you guys can work with us, if anybody want, you just need to book a consultation form with our consultation call with our expert persons, right? So this way you guys can do. Now, if you guys have any questions, okay, just send me in a chat window. Okay, I'm gonna answer each and every question. So any founders who are working on any particular product, okay, they can share their ideas. Okay, I can help. Also, guys, I have an offer that change your tech stack forever. Okay, just if anybody want that offer, okay, just send me an email with the offer in the subject window. Okay, so I will send a proper offer proper offer, okay, and they that will change your tech stack. We are having some offers in mind. Just send your questions, okay, in the chat window. I am here to answer. So guys, while developing a basic functionalities, okay, just keep in mind you should have a proper planning, you should have a proper designs, okay, the feature listing, then have a good team, shortlist proper tech stack, okay, then start developing working on it, okay. And the main criteria comes once you launch an MVP, then you guys needs to analyze the data from the uh, analytics, okay, how users are using your features, okay, and how you can improve your features. It's not about creating new features, it's all about how you are improving the user behavior, okay. If they are suggesting some new features, okay, because every time when you develop a new product, okay, the users gonna request for a new feature, but as a founder you guys need to filter that, okay, which feature should be there, right? So any question, guys? So I share a calendar link, okay, in the chat window. Just book a consultation or send me an email, okay. These are my contact information. Just note it down, okay. Share with me your details. I am here to answer. Yeah, and okay, if someone have any idea how we can analyze this market need. So, okay, so you need to discuss with your family members, your friends, okay, on social groups, okay, like on Facebook, on Insta, or LinkedIn, okay. You can put your questions or you can create a QA session related to your idea, and people gonna answer it, okay. You can use Quora for that, okay, Glassdoor, okay. There are so many social platforms, and based on people comment, okay, you can analyze and then you can start, or just create a small MVP, okay, with minimum functionalities and try to test it out in the market in the real world. I hope, okay, I answer your question. Okay, just give me go ahead if you're satisfied, or if you want me to elaborate, okay, I can do. Yeah, perfect. So any other question? Okay, guys. So you guys have my contact information. Okay, if you need if you want to discuss anything, okay, just send me a message or an email. So then we can talk. Okay. Okay. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.